So this is what everybody really looks like when they take their mask off after guns, beer, and therapy.
Oh my goodness.
Try to take a shower here, guys. Come on, get out of here. Close your eyes.
Howdy, Hillbilly Nation. It's American Hillbilly. Man, good to see each and every one of you out there. My goodness. Look at all these fine, lovely folks out there. Man, thank you all so much for being here, spending your Saturday night with us. Hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend. And man, we got a good show for you. We got a great panel back there in the green room. We're serving, sweet tea and fried chicken. So, it ought to make everybody nice and happy. So, anyway, thank you all for being here. And we got like a couple surprise guests tonight. So, you're going to absolutely love it. So, let's go ahead and start oh, wait a minute. I forgot something here. Let's go ahead and get the giveaway tool. Scrolling across the bottom, and that's hashtag 196 or HBN 196 if you'd like to get entered in the giveaway tonight. And let's see, bring this up here. Okay, so get that set up here real quick. Anyway, and then I'm going to start out with a verse, and tonight's verse is Romans 14:8. It says, if we live for the Lord, and if we die for the Lord. So whether we live or die, we belong to the Lord. So keep that in mind. I mean, it's good words to follow by there. Romans 14:8. So let's go ahead and bring some folks out of the green room here. And first in, we got Hasbro here. How you doing, Hasbro?
Hey, good to be with you tonight. Trying to stay dry. It's been getting really messed up north and south of us, but fortunately we've been good. And good to be with you tonight. We're going to have some really good topics tonight. Looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah, we are, man. And thank you so much for being here, buddy. Appreciate that. And let's bring out our next guest that jumped on right after you, and that'd be Steve, living out there in the southwest part of Virginia. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. I hope you fellers are doing good tonight and staying dry. We've had thunderstorms here off and on a big part of the afternoon, and some torrential rain, but it's calmed down now.
Yeah, I seen that video Kentucky Justin shared on the group chat there, and it looks like they got some fair share of rain at the gun range today.
It does. Justin said it was blowing the wind flags over it. So wild.
Well, thank you so much for being here. And yeah, we ain't had any rain in a little bit, so it's nice and hot and dry. No doubt about that. So anyway, thank you again, Steve, for being here. And up next, we got JH586. How you doing this evening, Jamie?
Better than I deserve, man. Thanks for having me. How y'all doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
Well,
I always enjoy having all these fine folks getting to visit with and having you all on.
So, as we go through the evening, and of course, I'll stay with y'all as long as I can. I got to get ready for church in the morning, but I got up really early this morning for a Saturday. I usually sleep till I wake up on Saturday because it's the only day I get to sleep in, you know. And I got up at 6:30, and I was at Ricky Baird's house about 8:15. And we rode all the way to Canton, Georgia for a gun show and saw some interesting stuff. So maybe later on we can talk more about that if you want to. If not, that's okay too. But Thanks for having me, man. Let's have some fun, dude.
You betcha. You bet. And thank you so much for being here, Jamie. And up next, we got J Delta 22NC. How you doing tonight, Jose?
Good evening. I'm doing good. Very hot here, like everywhere else, and was cutting the grass today. And I think I forgot I'm not 19 anymore. So I had to go back inside the garage and kind of take a break. It felt like I was running a marathon in my days. I mean, my heart was just racing.
Well,
Yeah. So, yeah. And that was only 9:30 in the morning.
wow.
Yeah.
Being the coconut CR that you are, or CEO,
I hydrated. Yes.
be careful, man. Make your coconut sweat there.
You know, I had a coconut mix concoction in the freezer. Man, I went out and grabbed it. You know, it feels so good. Yeah. Thank you for having me tonight. Good to see everybody in the panel and the side chat.
Thanks for being here, buddy. And up next, there are two special guests. This is a neighbor of mine. Yeah, being a neighbor here in the Ozark Mountains, it be quite a distance away. But anyway, he's also a good friend of mine. And I want to introduce Zach. How you doing tonight, buddy?
No, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Zach.
Good to have you, buddy. And Zach is owner of our local gun store. So anyway, Zach gets to see all the goodies that's sent to this channel, you know, and we get to shoot together some and all that. So it's always fun. And thank you for being here tonight, Zach.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You betcha. Then also another special guest we're having back again. Most of them have seen this feller. Well, welcome Buck back here to the show. How you doing?
Is Buck here? How you doing? Thanks for having me on tonight.
Doing good, buddy, and man, appreciate you coming back and visiting with us.
Well, just appreciate halfway, and I'll be out of here in about 20 minutes. How's that sound?
I understand that, and one of the reasons we'd asked you on, and then also Zach too, there's a lot of just confusion out there all over the internet, which, I mean, most usually there's confusion on the internet anyhow, but the confusion that we kind of wanted to bring you on tonight was about the new suppressor deal that has kind of went in effect, and there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of different stuff out there, and so being the fact that you're president of Anechoic, we knew you would have a lot more knowledge than most of us and most of the keyboard warriors out there on the internet. So anyway, would you like to kind of explain a little bit about what's going on here and what the legal side is and stuff like that?
I will, and I'll start out by saying I'm not an attorney and I'm not a party to the case, but I've spoken to a couple of people that are this week, and give you a little bit of background. There were two legal cases that were combined.
Wait, you also forgot to leave out that you're not affiliated to Guns, Beer, and Therapy or American Hillbilly. You know, that could be important for your
Who
career,
are they? Anyway, so there has been a whole lot of confusion going around on social media. I think everybody trying to give their best interpretation of it and stuff. Hopefully I'll get you about one step closer to a real source. I've had a conversation with Owen Miller, who's one of the attorney executives at the American Suppressor Association. They're not a party to this case, but they're a party to one of the very similar cases that's brought in another state. We had 3 different cases trying to get to the Supreme Court, and this one got to a good appeals court first in North Texas. This is actually a combination of 2 cases. There was Jensen versus the ATF, and there was, let me get the name right here, Silencer Shop Foundation versus the ATF. The court ruled that these were similar cases and joined them together. There's a list of plaintiffs in each of these cases. And anyway, as you know, the judge made a ruling here, about 2 weeks ago or just about. And this is a judge he's a federal district judge in one of the districts in North Texas. And he ruled in favor of the plaintiff, the effect of his ruling is to bar the ATF from implementing some of its normal procedures, specifically the Form 4, in states that don't have a state law that also requires the Form 4. So it turns out of the 42 states that allow private ownership of suppressors, there were 27 states that do not have at the state level a law that would still require the Form 4. There are 15 other states that do require that. So this judge's ruling is not effective in those 15 states because it doesn't trump the state law. So this ruling is effective in 27 states, and it protects the plaintiffs and their members and their what do they call them? Their customers. So to be able to buy a suppressor, AOW, SBR, SBS, without doing a Form 4 now, under this judge's ruling, you've got to be one of the plaintiffs. But here's the great news. It specifically, the judge's ruling specifically envisioned current and future members. And there's a couple of organizational plaintiffs, including GOA, Gun Owners of America, TSRA, the Texas State Rifle Association. So you can literally now, let's say a week from now or today, you want to go get a silencer. You can go to the silencer store, and as you're buying it, you can join the TSRA, and now you're a member of a plaintiff organization. But if you're a customer of like one of the plaintiffs, the customers of the plaintiffs are also covered. So if your dealer, whoever's selling you the suppressor, is one of the covered plaintiffs, then you're a customer of one of the covered plaintiffs, and you don't need it. So there's a bunch of different ways to be a member of the plaintiff, essentially. So, and a little bit of the confusion comes in like this. There's a couple of manufacturers and several retailers that are part of the plaintiff organization. Well, they all have a vested interest in you buying their suppressor, not the other guys. So when they tell you about it, they kind of emphasize, oh, you got to buy it from us. And then what they don't tell you so loud in the fine print is, or one of the 10 other guys.
Yeah. And
so you got several dealers, Silencer Co., Palmetto State Armory, etc., and you got several manufacturers, B&T and Silencer Co., who are all plaintiffs. So if you listen to a B&T informed, so B&T hasn't been as bad about it. Silencer Co. has been pretty direct about it, and even Silencer Central has kind of turned it on its ear. And I listened to Brandon Maddox talk about this in one of his videos, and I thought, is he a politician? Because I've never heard anybody twist something around so bad. Who wasn't a politician, but so a lot of you got to buy it from me, or you got to buy it from one of my dealers, or you got to buy one of my suppressor brands, is coming from those sources. But if you're any one of those plaintiffs, then you're covered under this judge's ruling. So for most dealers in these 27 states, and for most customers of those dealers, if you read up, the better informed voices on this will tell you, just go join the GOA, and you can do it 1 minute before you sign the documents and take possession of the silencer. What's interesting, the American Suppressor Association that I'm a member of and who I really strongly support and who've been awesome. They've been more influential on the improvements we've seen in silencer laws over the last couple of years than anybody else. And they've been more influential in getting the several states rules changed. So I'm a total supporter. Nonetheless, if you go to the American Suppressor Association, they say you got to join them and the TSRA to be covered. Like not even a plaintiff. Yeah. But everybody and the TSRA, that gets you covered, since the Texas State Rifle Association is one of the plaintiffs.
So, yeah, so everybody's throwing their plugs out there, and that's what I'm glad you brought that up, because we were talking before. It's like I've got some emails. It's like, hey, if you buy this through me, through said company, then And so I'm glad you brought that up, because I'm sure a lot of other people's probably got some emails, and it just seems like kind of total confusion and chaos right now, and they're nobody wants to do something that's going to get them a no knock or something like that.
Yeah, you don't want to trust some social media influencer with your legal jeopardy case. Yeah, but I did make a phone call to a friend of mine, Steve Albro, who until about 2 weeks ago was the head of the NFA division. He was the chief. You call him the NFA division chief at the ATF. And I've called him a bunch of times the last year or two in all these dynamic situations. He's wonderful about getting right back and giving explanations. Unfortunately, in this case, they've been directed from on high not to say a thing. And I'm sure what it is the government. If he said something, somebody else would say something that'd be a little bit contradictory, and somebody else in the ATF, an official, would give their opinion, and it would emphasize a different thing, and it wouldn't be one voice. And then the ATF would be having to play cleanup on aisle 46.
Mm-hmm.
And so they all have been strictly enjoined to shut up. And the ATF hasn't said anything. The ATF is going to shut down the e-form system this week or next week for an hour or two for an update. It wouldn't. There's some good internet rumors. I'm going to foster that internet rumor that it could possibly be that they need to make a little upgrade that relates to this. Probably not. Probably just normal maintenance. But Steve told me that he couldn't tell me. I asked him what if we needed written instruction from the ATF, because I got a bunch of my dealers who buy my suppressors who are going, Buck, what do I do? And I give them my best understanding, but it's not the same as having something in writing from a government official or whatever. And so they're being tight-lipped about it. They've got the Department of Justice has a chance until about October to file a formal opposition to it. But I think you can look at the fact that the ATF was given a week by this judge to file an appeal, and they chose not to. That says a lot, and I think you can take that one to the bank. If they were opposed to this, they would have appealed it.
Yeah, I would think, in the previous in the past, it would have got appealed like that day or the next day. I mean, just my thoughts on it. But anyway, real quick, we had a couple comments out here. Ozzy says, to be covered, you need to subscribe to my channel. That's basically what some of these companies are doing.
That's my channel. Come on. Yeah. You need to send me $20.
And Backrat says, Bucky might not be able to answer this, but what about the manufacturer is in the same state?
Nope.
Does it have to?
The judge's ruling specifically said that being a common citizen in one of the 14 states that's a plaintiff, and by the way, earlier I said 15 states that are plaintiffs. It's actually 14 states that are plaintiffs. And the judge specifically said, no, that's not enough. And I'm assuming that being a business in those states is the same thing. So to establish membership in the plaintiff class or plaintiff group, I think the quick and easy way to do it is to join the GOA or the TSRA. And the ASA would love you to spend $250 and get a company joint membership in the ASA and the TSRA. But I think you can do it for 30 or 40, just direct to TSRA or GOA.
Yeah, and it's like Backrat, coming from what Buck says, if you're a GOA member and you are, I believe you're in the state of Texas, so that does cover you.
You have to be Texas State Rifle Association if that's your membership. If you're GOA, that's your membership, and you're a member of a plaintiff. You're in the plaintiff class.
Awesome, and I don't know if everybody got to see it, but Brandon Herrera, is running for a congressman in Texas, and another was it congressman or whatever?
Yeah, he's a representative already.
Yeah, and they bought theirs like right after midnight that night, and
Dave Matheny, Silencer Shop, actually sent a letter to the ATF like 3 days ahead of time and told them, look, at 12:01 a.m. Central Time, we're going to transfer these two suppressors to Herrera and Representative whatever, and we're notifying you, ATF, ahead of time so you can tell us if you oppose it or if you want to intervene. So they're giving the ATF every chance to intervene. And this wasn't any kind of a trap. It's just nobody knows what they're doing. And we're trying to get a precedent, and we're trying to get the government on record of giving the government their chance to object. And if they don't appeal when the judge says, hey, you've got a chance to appeal, and if they don't intervene when the lead plaintiff says we're going to transfer suppressors under this judge's ruling, that establishes a precedent very boldly, right? Mm-hmm. So that's what they're doing. And the ATF, to their credit, I think, under their correct, Trump appointed leadership, is apparently supportive of this change, and they're not opposing it.
Alrighty, and real quick, Zach, you said in the private message there that you couldn't hear me. You dropped out earlier and come back in. You might try dropping out and coming back in again and see if that makes a difference, buddy.
Yeah, I just pasted a big long kind of a legal interpretation in the chat there, so you could see kind of who's covered in these two cases a little bit.
Let me.
So, Buck, while he's looking it up, I saw an explanation of the states that were named in the plaintiff, and my understanding is that's only state officials. It doesn't count people in the state. Is that right?
I don't even think it's state officials, or at least I'm not aware of that. The states are throwing their weight behind it, but the judge in his ruling specifically said that simply being a citizen of that state does not make you a plaintiff, okay, and does not give you coverage under this ruling.
Okay.
So again, if it's me, I'll tell you just what I would do. And this is what I'm telling my dealers in 27 states. If you're buying your inventory right now through Silencer Shop, including your anechoic suppressors, if you buy them through Silencer Shop and it's in their ecosystem, you're covered. If you're using the Silencer Shop kiosk, you're covered as a member of Silencer Shop. if you buy your suppressors direct from Anechoic, simply go out and join the GOA if you're not already, or that's Gun Owners of America. I know there's similar sounding organizations, or the Texas State Rifle Association. You can sign up online in 1 or 2 minutes and be an active member, and the judge specifically allows that you're covered now when you join them. And he specifically said, including future members. So it's not just members, and there's a false that I've seen on the internet, that you had to be a member of the GOA at the time that he wrote that ruling. The ruling specifically says otherwise. So if your dealer is covered as one of the plaintiffs, then he can transfer to his customers, you. If your dealer is not one of the corporate plaintiffs, and he becomes a member of one of the association plaintiffs by like going out and covering the GOA, then his customers aren't covered, but his customer can go get covered by also joining the GOA or the TSRA. So the two of you, the dealer and the retail customer, can be standing there at the counter ready to hand over that suppressor on a 4473 without a Form 4, and both just real quick join the GOA, boom, you're in, and make the transfer as if it were a gun with just the 4473 and the NICS check and without the Form 4. Now, as a manufacturer, I still have to bring all of my suppressors into accountability on a Form 2 in the E-Forms system. All of the dealer-to-dealer or manufacturer-to-dealer transfers still have to be on a Form 3, which is approved by the ATF. So as a dealer, you've still got to buy it on a Form 3, and you've got to A&D it and bring it into inventory. Just your acquisitions and dispositions ledger, you have to acknowledge it. You have to disposition it just like you currently do on your A&D book, and you have to fill out the 4473 and do the NICS check just like you're currently, just like you always have been with all of the firearms, including suppressors. But the additional step of the Form 4 and waiting for the ATF to do the approval and their background check is eliminated in those 27 states for members of the plaintiffs.
Yeah, and that's
did I confuse it or did I clarify it?
No, I think you did really good.
Yep,
and I think
Yep, I got it.
Yeah,
RTAC saying that the FFLs there are still using Form 4s until word from the ATF.
Yeah.
And but so right there, I think that answers Pack Rat. I don't think, unless they're yet, I don't think anybody's doing transfers. I don't know. I mean, Buck just explained so much there, so hopefully he got that answered.
We've got a lot of our dealers that are not in the silencer shop ecosystems, and they are saying their sales are about 10 for 1. A couple of them are they're finding safety and doing it a certain way, but a bunch of them are doing what I just said. They're just joining the GOA, or they were already members of the GOA, and they're just transferring on a 4473. One thing I can tell you, if you take a worst case scenario, if this all blows up and a week from now or a year from now, the DOJ tries to undo it, or 2.5 years from now, there's a new administration and they try to undo it, how many horses will be out of the barn? It's it'll be 250,000 this week, I would bet. So, good luck around putting all that toothpaste back in the tube. But I don't think they're going to try and put it back in. If they were going to try and put it back in, they would have tried to put the cat back on it by an appeal ahead of time, rather than, letting the toothpaste get out and then trying to round it up.
Buck, if you have enough time, I'd like to kind of go through the panel here and let them ask you a few questions if they got any. And I'll start with Zach, since he is a SOT FFL dealer. And what I do, scare him off there? Oh
You hear me?
no. Yeah,
Kinda
we got a
broke
lot
up
of
there.
static though when you turn your screen off.
Yeah, so static.
Are you
Boy,
still
being
there?
Hillbilly's friend
The
doesn't
internet
get
must
you
be
much
dropping.
clout.
You hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, Zach. I don't know. Can you hear me or anybody else?
Yeah, I can't hear anybody. Hold on.
Okay, somebody else telling. Okay.
Oh, he's gonna
Well,
come back in.
yeah, he'll come back in. So, anybody in the panel got something they want to ask Buck about this before he has to go?
Yeah, the Spanish suppressors are covering there too.
Spanish?
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Sí, que los supresadores de español
Sí, sí.
también se cubierten.
That's right. You got to use Spanish bullets.
Pero hay que agarrar un taco en la mano izquierda y un supresor en la mano derecha a la vez.
Oh, right.
There
So,
you go.
Zach,
Yeah, he can speak Spanish, man. That's pretty good.
Yeah, what? You didn't think I was Mexican, dude? You
Yeah.
thought I just like tacos, huh? No.
Wow.
A medias, hablo a medias.
Media.
Por ser gringo, gabacho, blanco, norteño, hablo un poco.
Un poco. Sí.
I think Gizmo, if you're traveling through a state that don't allow suppressors or whatever, and you get stopped, it's kind of the old Illinois deal.
Yeah, there's a big one, and I didn't mean to cut you off if you're in the middle of that.
No,
there's a big
ahead.
one. Those, first off, the 8 communist states are still communist.
That's right.
The 15 states that have an individual state law that says you've got to have a Form 4 or something like that to comply with state law, they still require that. So if you drive through one of those states with your suppressor or go there to hunt, you're breaking the law. Mm-hmm. And we're not sure, and this was something that was specifically, even the lawyers that I talked to who are involved in these cases said, we don't know. If I'm going between one of the 27 states, between two of the 27 states that are both good, I still don't have a federal form that shows that the suppressor is legit. All I have is a 4473. So there are real questions on that. So that is still an unresolved red flag, I would say, not just a caution flag. Interstate, crossing a state border with one of these suppressors that doesn't have a Form 4 on it. And for God's sakes, don't go into a communist state or one of the 15 states that has a state law requiring a Form 4.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So, Zach, we got you back, buddy. Can you hear us? He's muted now. Doggone it. He was just fine in the back chat. I don't know what happened.
We're picking on Zach, I guess.
Yeah. Poor guy. Doggone.
Back of the bus.
Oh, man.
He's getting hillbillied on his first show.
Yeah, no kidding.
Is this somebody that you liked? Is this a frenemy?
It is now.
Frenemy. I like that.
Yeah, no kidding. So, Hasbro, Steve, or Jamie, you guys got any questions about this? I know it's been in a lot of, news and social media.
So when let me ask about trust, because when it comes to trust, I have not bought one yet, but it will happen very shortly here. So if I buy one, should I go ahead and do a trust with all this going on, just in case?
I would still. And another opportunity right now, it's easy to start a trust. There's free trusts out there, and there's online ones for $25 or $50. And if you get any of the better ones, they're well written, and you can add to them over time. But right now, ever since the tax stamp went to 0, it creates an opportunity where those 3 suppressors I bought over the last decade, and I was dumb and put them in my own individual name, I can now transfer them into my trust for free.
Without paying it. Because people don't understand that you would have to pay $200 per item to transfer them in the trust, because the law is writ every transfer. hand.
That's right. So to take them out of my left hand and put it in my right hand, I had to pay $200 until January 1st this year. But now that you still need a Form 4, but Buck Steel can transfer to Buck Steel Suppressor Trust with a Form 4 that costs $0 now. So if you own individual suppressors, then it would be very wise to create a trust and to move your suppressors into them. And remember, the reason that you want a trust is because if an individual owns a suppressor, only that individual can possess the suppressor. But if a trust or a corporation owns a suppressor, then any legally authorized trustee of the trust or officer of the corporation can possess the suppressor. So if I got my buddy down the street and I want to lend him my suppressor to go to well, I don't know about the crossing the state line. If I want to lend him my suppressor while I'm not there, I just make him a trustee of my trust and give him the suppressor. And a week later, when he gives it back, I unmake him a trustee of the trust.
Awesome. And real quick, Zach, you still with us, buddy?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if you guys hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. So if you have a question for Buck, go ahead and answer it, buddy.
Yeah, sorry, technical difficulties on my end. But yeah,
Okay.
with everything going on, I was going to ask. So now that we have, you have to do a yearly SOT, as a business. So how do you think that's going to affect, an FFL in the future? Are we going to have to continue to buy, that license yearly, or do you think that's going to kind of go away over time?
In the near term, you still need it, but they all expire on last day of June or last day of July every year. So we just re-upped here recently. All of us, you did, I did, and everybody did. It'll be interesting with 10 months to go before we've got to renew. It'll be interesting to see, and I don't know, but I'd like to optimistically believe that this was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back, and that the ATF has acquiesced, the Trump ATF has acquiesced. And I know a couple of the heads of the ATF, and they're pro-gun, they're pro-silencer. They see a suppressor as a safety device, and they see an SPR and an SBS as just, another gun. So I think there's a good chance on this ruling alone, you would have to keep getting your SOT. But I think that this ruling could be just part of a snowball that's going to hit, and there'll be ruling after ruling now.
Good. And you would need the SOT anyway if you did any transfers for a short barrel rifle or anything, because that's not covered right now, right?
I'm not sure. I thought I read that the SBRs, SBS, and AOW were covered. I'm not at all sure on that. I'm just not paying attention to that. But it's a good point. The plaintiffs, though, most of them, like Silencer Shop Foundation, they're silencers. But like Palmetto State Armory jumped in, and they're obviously SBR, SBS guys. And I thought AOWs were covered. So
good.
I'm just not the right source to know that.
Yeah, and I don't want Zach to get mad at me because, I literally was like, dude, you got to get your SOT license. Their closest place was Springfield, Missouri, which is way over an hour away.
But right now, under this ruling, you still need the SOT because you need to receive the suppressor on a Form 3. Mm-hmm. Even though you don't need to Form 4 it to the retail customer.
Okay.
But so again, under just this ruling, things won't change. But the ATF and additional rulings could go a lot farther. I would expect future rulings or future policy changes by the ATF, either court rulings or ATF policy changes, would probably take the intent of this ruling and make it broader and have it apply to more people. Now, the ASA for a couple of 3 years has been working on these 15 states that have written in their state laws that you need a federal approval like a Form 4, or you have to get a state equivalent, and then they don't provide a mechanism to do it at the state. So the only mechanism is the Form 4. So the ASA has been working in those 15 states to get those laws changed, and there's a lot going on there. So just it's up in the air, nothing definitive right now.
All right. Steve, you had a question, didn't you, buddy?
I did. I've actually got a couple. If I live in Virginia, which as of now is one of those 27 free states, I expect that'll probably change before too long because we have a very anti-gun legislation right now. But let's say I go ahead and I buy a suppressor on the 4473, no Form 4. I'm a protected class of the GOA. Since that's a 4473 suppressor, can I loan it to, say, my brother who is also a GOA member without putting him in a trust because it's treated as a firearm?
I don't know the answer, but I think that it's probably the case that this ruling doesn't address that, doesn't envision that. And so it probably leaves you in limbo. In other words, no.
Right. Well, that kind of answers my second question too, because we can do private firearm sales in Virginia without a background check right now. So I assume the same would apply to me selling that suppressor to someone else.
I think it would. You legally acquired it under this ruling and under the law as it existed today, and you acquired it without I don't know. So does that mean now it's just a firearm, or does it mean it's a silencer and only the transfer was covered under this judge's ruling, but then the next transfer that you're contemplating is not covered? And I don't know the answer to that. Or maybe have your brother join the GOA. Here's the practicality. I don't know the legality of some of these nuanced things, but here's the practicality. There's going to be hundreds of thousands of these. Do you think they're going to be able to put the toothpaste back in the tube, round up 100,000 horses and get them back in the barn, round up 250,000 cats and get them back in the bag? Because that's what they'll be up against in just a month or so.
Yeah.
So I think as a practical matter, that the dam just busted and you ain't getting the water back up the hill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anybody else have some more questions for Buck?
I got one to stump him, but it's pretty easy. How in the world can a silencer, a suppressor be a firearm? There's no way to get around. You can't chamber anything. Yeah, that's the dumbest ruling I've ever heard.
Hold it. Now you're thinking practical and technical, and they're thinking legal.
Right.
Legally, it's a firearm. I mean, a bullet's a firearm. If I've got bullets in my magazine and over here's my gun, or maybe I don't even have a gun, I've got a loaded firearm by virtue of having a bullet in the magazine in a lot of places. So it's about a legal.
This is my one of my cleaning brushes, right? And it looks dangerous. It's about as much firearm as a suppressor is.
We're on the same side, but I'm trying to offer the fact that it's a legal interpretation and the law as it existed, which doesn't always make sense.
Well,
I just had to poke the bear. So
I got sent this. I'm going to show it to everybody real quick because I thought it was hilarious, and hopefully everybody can see it. I should have downloaded it, but we'll give it a try here. Okay. Come on.
There you go.
There you go.
Well, there's wording and it's not showing up.
Ozark
Trail.
Ozark Trail. Oh, Walmart's selling them now.
Yeah.
So what the wording says is it's just a joke. It says Walmart entered the suppressor market with their Ozark Trail poverty line of aluminum suppressors, rumored to be eco-friendly and made out of recycled Pabst Blue Ribbon cans.
I thought it was Bud Light cans.
Yeah.
Or yeah, Bud Light cans.
Disposable, huh?
I got sent that
Bud Light
today.
the turn the color of the rainbow for the heat.
But I hear stay from some of my friends that I trade stocks with overseas that even though they have serious gun laws and like almost nobody can own a gun, you can walk in a convenience store and buy a suppressor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a few other countries, they're required for hunting. And I know I was going to go to South Africa, and they don't mind a bit that we bring a gun and a suppressor in, but you damn sure better bring it out with you. You have to prove that you took it out. They don't care if you bring it in.
My goodness.
I saw an opinion there yesterday or the day before that there is an advantage to the suppressors being considered a firearm because it gives them Second Amendment protections, where if it's considered just an accessory, it wouldn't have that protection.
Yeah, and I think it's fun to see all the legal nuances of that going on right now, and the broader debate around that. Is a 30-round magazine firearm, is a magazine a firearm, and therefore it's a magazine a 2A item, and there's back and forth. It's not settled law, but our side is arguing that all parts of a gun and everything that makes the gun go boom are part of the gun and therefore 2A protected. And the other side says, well, no, if the only thing that's protected under the Second Amendment is a sharpened pocket knife, and only if it was issued during the Revolutionary War, So.
For that knife, see Walnut and Steele's channel.
Yeah. Anyways, it's an interesting legal challenge. I guess that's why we have lawyers to complicate life, right?
Yeah.
Hey, it's 9 o'clock, Hillbilly, and I promised the boss that I would be here a half hour.
All righty. Well, thank you so much, Buck. We appreciate it.
I'll take any more questions if you got them, but if not.
Has anybody got one last question for Buck before he jumps off here?
No, just a comment. Just keep making it lighter and lighter. No, just kidding.
Yeah. I got a question.
That's what I do. We're pushing in more and more helium.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a transparent aluminum one.
Yeah. Zach said he had a quick.
Don't be afraid of aluminum. If it's correctly engineered and done right on the right suppressors, you can use really good aluminum, 70 series aluminum. Wouldn't use 60 series and stuff like that. Wouldn't use it on high power and stuff. But I heard that only Walmart uses aluminum. I use aluminum where it's appropriate.
That's right.
I believe Zach said he had a quick question here before you leave too.
Yeah. So I was going to ask. So as when you transfer a suppressor over to me as a dealer, Form 3, and it hits my books. So when we're not having to do the Form 4 anymore, how does it kind of get off of my SOT kind of license, seeing as I do a 44?
Yeah, and that's a really good question. It's not resolved at all under this ruling, and that may be what the ATF e-forms update is doing here, the one that they're rolling out in a few days. Right now, you're going to disposition it on your A&D book, and there's not a provision in the law for what to do with it right now. There's not a method to inform the ATF because the Form 4, when you request permission to do a licensee to non-licensee transfer, when the ATF approves it, they assume that the transfer is going to take place, and they move the possession of it on their database. So so it goes out of your possession. And there's not a mechanism like that if you don't do it. I don't know how they're going to do it. That's one of a whole bunch of technical questions that they're going to have to resolve. And it's stay tuned.
Yeah. No,
But for
I
right now,
appreciate it.
it's off of your books. You deed it, and there's an A, there's a D, it's gone.
Okay. No, I appreciate that. I appreciate you for clearing that up. I was racking my brain trying to figure out what, that looks like, but
Yeah.
no, that makes sense.
And that's a really good question, because to the ATF and the e-form system is still in the database on your records.
Yeah, absolutely.
Probably
But
thinking about
again, if they're going to get 250,000 of these in the next week or two that are going to leave stores like this, and as a practical matter, even if at a later date they decided to oppose it, how can you do that? We're not talking about dozens or even thousands. We're talking about hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
As a practical matter, I don't, if Biden lets in 10 million people across the border, as a practical matter, you're just going to ask them to leave? Are they just going to walk out the next day?
Yeah. No. Yep.
Yeah, and Zach probably asking this because he's probably thinking, dang, how many suppressors is Hillbilly going to have coming in here in the next day or two?
Oh, I'm getting a couple of dozen personally out of my company. And I've got all my friends and everything, all my Utah friends. If it's within Utah, then I can transfer it, and I don't have to go to a dealer on a Form 3 and then transfer it. So, all of my friends and everybody in Utah, customers, employees and stuff, they're all just lining up. And they're like, I'll take 5, I'll take 10, and let's just do it. and we're going to do it. So.
Also, before you go, when is your new suppressor that you've been showing us and teasing us about? When's it going to be on the market?
I ain't teasing you, but you think I'd just show you parts of a Fibonacci or something? I wouldn't do that to you. You don't think I'd show you parts of a Fibonacci that you couldn't buy, do you?
So you all done with the testing and everything?
Well, you're never done. No. You heard about that old guy he was in Windsor Castle. They got 100 of these old brass doors. And they take one off the hinges. They bring it down in what used to be the dungeon, and he polishes and polishes and polishes until they take that one away and bring him another. And they ask him, well, how do you know when you're finished? He says, oh, you're never finished. You just keep polishing until they take it away. And that's the way with shooting guns. How do you know when it's done? Well, it's not. You just keep shooting until they take it away.
Yeah.
There you go.
We shot a whole bunch of the new Fibonacci light. The Fibonacci is there's a light version that has aluminum body, titanium front cap, titanium thread insert, and 3D printed titanium tube that's coming in under 3 ounces. And we've got it in a 9mm and a 5.7. We'll have it in a 45 soon. And then we've got a Fibonacci tie in the same 3 calibers. That's the same thing, but it's all tie. And it's got a little bit heavier, a little bit more effective core. So it's just slightly heavier, but we're still developing that. We're struggling to get them to cycle well on all of the slide action. The tilt barrel slide action handguns are sensitive to added weight. And on a lot of the heavier models, the light will cycle. But on some of the lightest models, and especially the smaller Glocks where the barrel tilts more, we don't like the cyclability. So it's been the case with all of these micro light suppressors, and there's 3 or 4 brands out there now that are go from 2 to 4 ounces or a little bit more, that some guns will cycle with them and some guns won't. And we're just trying to make ours so that the most models of guns will cycle effectively on it before we get it out there. But I think you're going to be able to buy a Fibonacci 22 light or a Fibonacci 9 light. In the next 4 weeks or so.
Awesome.
But I only been saying that for 6 months now. So.
Well, I'm looking forward to it because you shared the designs with us in the backstage here a while back, and it's pretty wild. And so, yeah, it looks like it ought to work so well. And
right now, I'm trying to get a Nielsen device to get down to these diameters and still carry a 5/8 thread on the inside. So I'm going to call it the Steelson device, and it's going to be completely skunkworks. We're going to take all the weight out of it, and it's just going to be paper thin all over. But anyway.
Oh, wow.
And then we got to make them out of helium. Hey, guys, it's been wonderful. Thanks for
Thank you so much, Bug. Appreciate you,
Thanks
brother.
for coming on.
Yep, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
You guys stay out of trouble this time.
We'll try.
All right. Man, we sure thank Buck for being on. Hopefully he's answered a lot of questions and everything, and sure appreciate that. And we're going to get to the giveaway here at the bottom of the hour. That we're going to shout out the side chat here. Hasbro, Steve, anybody would like to shout them out? What should we have them type in there tonight? Anybody got any ideas?
How about freedom after that discussion?
Oh, love that. So if you type freedom in the side chat.
Yeah, that guy, very knowledgeable, very, very knowledgeable. It actually puts my mind quite at ease with this whole debacle with suppressors. So seems like a very knowledgeable guy.
Yeah, and I want to, since it's your first time on, Zach, before you get off here, or before, in case we lose you again, we'll stay in the after show, so don't leave when the show ends. So if you get dropped, you can still come back in on the same link. But real quick, Hasbro, would you like to shout all these fine folks out?
Yeah, I can do that. All right, let me get here where the screen's not scrolling by. All right, Jay Delta, of course, on the panel and in the side chat as well. I'm in there after that. Denny's Plant-Based Journey. Good to see you, Denny. Mohi 303. That's my good buddy Chips. Good to see you out there. Steve, of course, with us on the panel and the side chat. Clinking around. Good to see you too. Ron Eastman. Always good to have you on there. Alaska One Andy. Probably, well, maybe not quite the farthest one tonight, but pretty close. Big Sky. Glad to see you out there. Ozzy Osbourne is with us. Dale Pogue as well. Miss Packrat, the better half, and then Packrat's attic is right there behind her. W Rule is out there as well. Thank you for being with us. Ron 2A Matters. Gizmo Carr is with us again tonight. Mr. Bob Dabalina. How was that, Hillbilly? Artek and Daughters is with us as well. DJ, good to see you out there. I hope you got your knives today, buddy. He was really patient. I owed him a knife from a drawing, and man, I just let everything else in the world get in front of it, so I sent him two. Jim Salty Dog, good to see you out there as well. And I believe that's it. Welcome, everybody.
Awesome. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, Ames on the VIP show, the members only. She always says that, Mr. Bob Dabalina. And so we lost Zach again. Hopefully he'll jump back in here. Because I hope to ask him some questions. So
evidently, being your friend doesn't get him special privileges when it comes to connections and microphones.
Well, also you have to understand. Well, a lot of them do, mountain folk or whatever, and DJ's out there, hey buddy. And anyway, sometimes phone signal or Wi-Fi can be kind of iffy, and I seen, he was on his phone, so maybe he should, maybe I need to talk him into joining Patriot Mobile and so he can have better phone service. And And like you guys do see my ads and stuff, here and there on Patriot Mobile, but I was literally a customer, and then when I got finding out what they did, I reached out to them and like, hey, I want to kind of join up with you guys somehow, some way, because I love that the extra money that they get, all phone services, they make a profit, right? And they use theirs for like our Second Amendment, rights and stuff like that. They're a big supporter of like GOA and this whole suppressor thing going through here. They're a supporter. They're throwing money that way, and so I'm gonna have to be paying a phone bill anyhow. So why not have that money go towards stuff that I agree on and stuff. And so like they're at the a lot of the gun get-togethers, like the GOA deal and all that. They have a booth there, and they're right there. And but anyway, yeah, it's a cheap plug there. See, he just texted me. Okay, he said like his phone kept messing up and like he couldn't hear us, and it just kept. Zach did, and so yeah, he said he just went and jumped off, and so anyway, we'll try to get him on again. I'll try to tell him to get on his computer or something next time, because I had a lot of questions for him too, as an FFL and stuff like that. Some of the stuff that they might like. I'm sure as a business owner, they see things a lot different sometimes than what we do, is walking in and just, buying something from them. And so I thought it'd be a good, perspective to like see the business owner's side of an FFL and stuff. So anyway, so make sure you get them hashtags in, hashtag HBN196, and we will be doing a giveaway here in a little bit. And yeah, man, thanks there, DJ and Dale, for going to hit the thumbs up button. That always helps this channel and stuff, and appreciate it. And so we have just, I don't know, roughly about 15 minutes before we get to the giveaway. So you boys, what do you got to talk about? Anything about the suppressors or what we've done tonight or anything like that? Or it's just all up to you. It's up to you three.
Well, I have the one.
We could always just talk about Hillbilly.
We did that a lot in the green room. So yeah, it was getting rough on Hillbilly. Now I was gonna say we got the continuation of polishing the turd coming up soon. It's gonna find a new life, and there's plans afoot. So that's gonna be. I look forward to that, because it's like everything else in that gun I set up just to test that barrel. I built another gun just to test that barrel. So now I got to do something with it that makes it actually, fun. So
yeah,
we'll
now that barrel's no longer good, or yeah, or I mean, it never was. It's better than it ever been.
It is less of a firearm than a suppressor.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. No doubt about that.
You could always bore it out and make you a smooth barrel garden gun.
It's going to become a nice, very nice wind flag. So it's going to be.
Right.
I'm going to set it up, and I have all these RC aircraft bearings to use in it. And it's going to be it'll be good. I don't know if I'll get it done by the Kenny Blackburn Memorial or not. We'll see.
Our Are you all coming down to Chad's USBR next weekend?
USB, is that next weekend?
Yeah, the
I would
USBR.
imagine. I didn't know I missed one today. And it's like I should have gone down and shoot George's, but it was pouring down rain anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's your kind of shooting weather.
Yeah, well, no kidding. I told them we were just sissies.
Yeah.
The wind wasn't sideways. There was no lightning. It's like, oh, it's terrible. It looked like they had a lot better shelter than we did, though.
Uh-huh.
I was wiping down guns and optics, and we were underneath an overhang and still got soaked.
Wow.
Yeah,
But everything was
that's got to
waterproof.
be rough. Sitting out there on concrete, a metal roof around you, over you, and hopefully no lightning.
Yeah, there was when we were shooting. But I couldn't believe that it at least pause it. So, nope, match started. Keep going, boys.
So
Yeah, a new rifle. Well, another rifle being built. I blame Chad, but it wasn't Chad. I went down the rabbit hole in the Springfield 2020, and first time put the barrel on it. Yeah, it wasn't quite right, so redoing it, and man, I can't wait to have that one on there.
I'll tell you something that I think would be fun. You and Jose collaborate on a video, Annie against Annie. Him shooting your old one and you shooting the new one. I think that'd be an awesome video.
All right, this is an official. We've been talking about this. Jose, I'm calling you out.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'll tell you.
We're going to start with SK Pistol Match Special.
There you go. I put that tuner. I got a PQP tuner on the 1761.
Oh yeah.
Got a video coming in 2 weeks. I did 5 lots. The Trio Lapua, the Center X, Pistol King, OSP, Ely team and Ely match. And wait till you see the video. He shot the Pistol King got a fly, but I think it was me. I moved the rifle. But the rest of them weren't that bad. And Ely team and Ely match shot really good. 1 hole, 5-shot group.
Did you say you heard Pistol
Peter's
OSP?
been watching your guys' videos with the tuner and the bloop tube, and the other day he told me he wants to get one for his 12-gauge shotgun for shooting trap. I think go right ahead.
That cooter.
Yeah, but that OSP you gave me. Yeah,
we'll
I only got
maybe
1
pistol.
box left. Yep.
We'll maybe leave that for the last round.
Yeah. OSP did really good.
I have, what was the other? Norma Tack. I've got some of that. I got to see what Norma I have. I got Norma Match, I think. That's your favorite stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to shoot it to see if I want to take on that challenge. We may just shoot what she's got in mind. So,
Yeah, and then we are going tomorrow to see the grandkids, so we'll be gone for a week. When I come back, I'm going to be shooting our target. Probably going to be shooting like 3 different rifles. So it's going to be a Celebrate 250 week. Just that target, different rifles.
you know what? While we're talking, I'm going to go in the background here, and I'm going to work on a grok image to prepare for the challenge.
Oh my goodness.
Jose, what route do you take going up into Virginia?
We go 95, and then we take 295 to cut across. We don't go down to Richmond. Richmond? Yeah. We go 295, they cut 3 and then pick up 95 again.
Okay, that's a shame. If you came up 81, I was going to send you to about 4 or 5 nice gun shops.
Yeah. Yeah, we go. That's the most direct route for us.
Yeah.
So. But one day I'll take that trip just to go sightseeing.
Well, he have his wife with him. He can't stop at gun shops.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'll be going out there. Can you send me the paperwork? And yeah. Yeah. And I'm supposedly get probably next week. He's gonna ship the rifle, the new one. I think they're shipping next week. So
That's cool.
yeah. So I've been on long time on the waiting. So
Yeah,
It'll-
is that your Kenny one?
that's gonna
Whatever
be
happened
40.
to your DPI one?
Mm.
Or DPG, sorry.
No, he never sent one to the FFL. He was gonna send one to the FFL, but he never
Oh,
did.
so you didn't get it.
No. Yeah,
I need to hit
this
him up
is
for one.
this one is the Trident one. 40
Oh yeah.
40X. Yeah.
Trident
I
is
mean,
3-lug, like the
3 logs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 logs.
Like the one I have. Huh?
Yeah. 40X, 2500.
Grim
Yeah,
Reaper out there
2500 to
says.
2-lug.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he says he put an FRT in his TX Taurus TX22 tonight, and thanks to Ron's mini screwdriver set, I couldn't find a 1/16 punch and didn't have a nail small enough for the pins.
Oh wow.
Yeah, actually, Zach, when I wish he was still on here with us, but yeah, he put one in one of his TRX 22s and brought it over, and did a video. We shot in the video, but they're a lot of fun. But man, it's hard to hit what you're aiming at for
That's right.
sure.
That's why in the army we used to have, when we first had our ARs that were semi and full auto, and you waste so many. So now, the new ones now are semi, burst, and full auto. So
three round burst, and then
3-round burst. 3-round burst. Yeah, we call burst. Yeah. That's when you trying to hit a target, that's more manageable. Every time you go on that full auto, your muscle is still up, and so you'll be wasting ammo. So, and I know it's fun. They're fun to shoot. We did that, and so we shot all kind of stuff, and then we used to do live ammo at night. Yeah. So we had this big open observation post. I think it's about 3 miles wide, and we just got double hour interval, and we got people with cam lights in the middle and all that, and you just moving and shooting. You see the tracers coming out. So we used to call it live fire exercises.
Yeah, I think
you're muted, Hasbro.
Yeah, so a couple years ago, I went out to Dragon Man's place out in Colorado Springs, and it was my wife's idea. This was really good of her, but we both shot AKs and M4s full auto, and the AK was a climbing machine. I mean,
it sure is.
It's a spray and pray machine, but the M4 is actually really controllable.
Yeah, so you can control it.
We were keeping them right on top.
Yeah, to shoot
Mike, check your email.
M60 machine gun. That's those are fun to shoot, and the 50 cal are fun to shoot as well.
Say hi to Garage Guy out there real quick. Hey, buddy, good to see you. And
there's Mark.
See, I haven't got anything yet, but I'll keep looking.
All right.
Real quick, I was wanting to shout out there. Mike Williams was talking about this at a few times out there, made a couple of comments about you can't have a shotgun and the barrel be less than 18 inches, but you can buy a pistol, 410 pistol, and up to you get like even a snub nose or up to 10-inch barrel. And so gun laws are like really crazy, in a way, and and that's the one thing. It's like, if you got a pistol style, gun, well, you can't put a hand grip on it. I mean, it's just the laws are just crazy out there, and
Yeah, because the people usually writing the laws, they don't have no idea. Yeah,
yeah,
they don't. A lot of them probably never had a gun in their lives, and so all they can think of is, oh, it makes a lot of noise and it's dangerous and things like that. So
yeah.
And it's black. It's got to be dangerous.
dangerous, yeah,
There for a while, YouTube went like if it was a black gun,
right.
like they would yellow, like they wouldn't fully monetize it. But you take the same gun and paint the stock and everything, and do another
Right.
video, and if it wasn't black, they would fully monetize it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The black color makes it go faster.
There's Justin out there. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Yeah, when I got I think it's my last AR 22 or whatever, that Ruger rifle.
Mhm.
It functions like an AR, but it's a 22. Is in the case, and I did like a little short video on it. I just unzipped the case, opened it. I never even touched the gun, right? I was saying what it come with. I didn't pick up anything or whatever. Just like a short, and they did monetize that. Only because it was a black, scary looking AR gun, I guess.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, but I like this part right here. This is an AR, right? Assault rifle. That's not what it means.
no.
That's nothing to do with that. It means Armalite was the first ones that came out with this rifle, so that's what they call it AR. So
Well,
it's they're Armalite clones, So, but people call it an assault. Anything is assault. I can assault you with a pencil, Yeah, I mean,
salty with words.
yeah, I can assault you with anything,
Yeah.
So,
One thing that I think was crazy is 5-6 years ago, Walmart stopped carrying 223 ammo and 5.56
right.
because it was for ARs, but they still carry 300 blackout.
That's right.
Yeah.
And 308 and all that other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ran into that. There for a while, they weren't doing like what they call it. Was it pistol rounds or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
And I told the guy, I'm like, you guys realize they make rifles and stuff that shoot 9mm and stuff now. I mean, so how can you classify it a pistol round? But crazy stuff. Guys, make sure you get your guys and girls get your hashtags in. We'll be doing a giveaway here in just a minute. I accidentally muted myself. I hit the wrong button.
I was gonna say,
I got something here Hasbro had sent me. So,
are you sitting down, Jose?
I am. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
World premiere.
Wow, a perfect shot. Hasbro just shot what?
Yeah. Hey, send me that one because I got to put it in my video.
There's your pull-outs.
Yeah. You should have said it with the Arnold's voice. Hasbro just shot the perfect shot. No.
Just said it crying.
Oh.
Pack grasses.
I'll drop it in your folder, Jose.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have Roll King around here either, buddy. It's a little farther north of us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's a good store.
it is. It's a good farm store. They have a good selection of sporting goods. It's a very nice store.
It's like a Tractor Supply on steroids. And
Yes.
guns. There you
Yeah.
Yeah.
go. All righty. Well, let's go ahead and do a giveaway. Tonight, the winner, of course, you'll have to be here. To win, you do have to be present, and whoever wins this and they are here, they'll win the skinny knife, the golden skinny knife. So anyway, make sure you got all your make sure you got your hashtags in, and so you're entered. And yeah, DJ says, yeah, visit all your visit them at your capital, speaking engagements, rallies, town halls, and so on. It's worth more than just wishing or complaining. We can be the change of what we want. That is exactly right, buddy. And so, yeah, we can't sit back and do nothing and complain about stuff. So, anyway. All right. Somebody like to give me a countdown? We'll get this thing spin here.
3, 2, 1, go.
Round and round she goes. Mike Williams, congratulations.
Oh, congratulations, Mike.
Congratulations.
Steve, I thought it was going to be you for just a second there.
It was close.
Yeah. You're calling your own destiny there.
Yeah.
Mike Williams, you still out there, buddy? Say something in the side chat so we can confirm that you're here, buddy. So we'll give Mike just a minute or so to confirm out there in the side chat, and hopefully he's still here. He's making good comments all night, and so we always appreciate the reaction and comments and everything from the side chat. I mean, for sure. Yeah. So
there he is.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yay.
Well, congratulations, Mike. Scrolling down below there, you'll see my email, and it's AmericanHillbillyUp@gmail.com. So email me, and if Mike Williams is not like the name that you want it sent to, please include Mike Williams and the name and address that you want it sent to, and I will get that sent out to you, buddy. Sure appreciate it. And congratulations for winning tonight, buddy. It's awesome. Good night, Denny. He says, very interesting show tonight. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you and everybody else for being here. Sure appreciate you, and all. No doubt about that. And I want to shout out Zach, which he was having some trouble, but him and Buck both, man, I want to shout them out because with all that's going on, I've been seeing some videos and then getting some emails and blah, and all this. I was like, okay, I know a lot of people's confused on it, same as I am. And let's try to, maybe get some answers here. And so anyway, I hope it helped you guys out as much as it did me, answering stuff. And, hopefully this is going to, like Buck said, get a snowball effect going on here. And, we can, it'll turn out to be just a wonderful, wonderful deal. And so at least something's going our direction, so, I mean, that's always a good deal. Being on offense instead of defense all the time, it seems like the Second Amendment's always on defense, getting hammered and just trying to protect what rights that we do have that they've not took away. So, Anyway, I'm glad to see some offense going on. And
Yep, no kidding.
Absolutely.
And I mean, I just want to say something real quick. Is like, when the bump stock ban thing was going on, I had a few friends. Like one of them reached out to me. He's like, "Hey, man, I can still get some of these, and legally at the time still, and but the price was like over 800 beans." I'm like, I'm not giving that, for one of those. And
Yeah.
I'm like, and then if it stays, then are they going to say you have to like give them up? And so, we do have to be careful on stuff like that. But luckily everything was overturned. But there's a lot of people that got stuck with some very high dollar bump stocks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So be careful out there.
I'm kind of the opinion that with FRTs becoming so common and so inexpensive, that bump stocks are kind of going to die off. I think FRTs will be a better option. That's just an opinion, but
I think they definitely are a better option than a bump stock. But I mean, either one of them, it's just a spray and pray situation. Like you can't hit anything.
Yeah, I know.
At.
It's just,
yeah.
I mean, I'm for it. Yeah, because I'm on anything Second Amendment. I'm pro. You know that.
If somebody's shooting at me, I'd rather them have one of those type situations or fully automatic than a really good sniper rifle. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, he may get one mag off, but then he's done.
Yeah. And some people say, "Man, that's so cool." I said, "Man, I did that for 20-some years in the Army, so I know we got them all kind of things, and that's why the Army went to the burst, because
that's right.
Yeah, and
they're wasting too much ammo in Vietnam, so it's the 3-round burst.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
Because I mean, it's having a foreign army. It's an insurance, it's protection, right? We all pay. My car is pay, and Cookie's car is pay off, but we got full coverage. Why? Because if something happened, we don't want to pay but just that little deductible instead of paying the whole thing. So you have it. Hopefully you'll never have to use it, but if you ever needed it, it's there. So that's all it is. And I know there's fun to do those FRTs, but we did it, and in the military, we did it for survivability. Survivability. You're not going to go to a fight in combat and say, "Hey, hold on, don't shoot me yet, man. I got to go here and check this out first. Let me try this first." So it's just one of those things. So, but they're fun. I mean, they're fun.
Mm-hmm.
But
my son-in-law, my youngest one, he's still in the service, and and like they don't really get to shoot much of that till they've been in for a while, and then depends on like he's an E4 now, or E5, and so like he's finally getting to shoot some some of those type of weapons, but he's like they're at the range, they're like it's you better have it on single or 3-round burst, nothing more than that.
Right, nothing that you got to.
I mean, they're not. They're like, better not catch you with that thing on fully out here shooting, practicing.
And then it'll melt that barrel. I'm telling you. You put two 30-round magazine, you're gonna have a. Yeah, I seen him.
What was the guy's name that did all the meltdown videos? Out in Georgia. Dang it,
Iraq veteran.
Yeah, that's it. He did mag after mag after mag, and man, you can see how fast those things heat up.
Yeah, they do.
It's crazy.
They get after 2 full magazines, they get candy apple red. You can cook a steak in one of those things. So the that's what they went to the Saw, and I know they got something else now, but the M60 machine gun, you carry 2 barrels.
Yep.
Because they, you know, when you are engaging, you're in contact, you know, you get your adrenaline is going, and man, you see those things. I mean, they get hot, and so
Oh,
when
yeah.
you get there, after that, you switch the barrel, throw water on it, and then you switch it. You I got big gloves. That thing is hot. Put the new one in there. They will
Well,
melt, and I mean, they will bend. They will actually bend. I've seen them.
yeah, and even the Saw, like I know there's a lot of people that have them. They're a really cool
Yeah.
gun, but I've seen guys do videos on them, and they're like, it's a great gun, but it's heavy. Yeah,
It
I
is.
like it. It wouldn't really be one of my choices. I mean, depending on the situation I'm in,
Right.
but
Oh, but it's Rambo. You know, it's like, ooh, you gotta have that
But
Rambo look.
yeah, like that Rambo. Blah, 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 blah. I said, yeah, right. It'll be. I've seen him. I've seen him when back in the days. I saw that rifle so hot. I saw it there. When it cools off, you said it's like the hole came out there and went. But it's not. It's kind of smooth, man. You know, like you just did it on the machine. It's still. Or I seen them cook off in the action. They're well into the action. You're not gonna be able to get out. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of those guns. Like when they were going out, they had extra barrels for them, and
yeah.
But
when we went
like
out,
even back in was it World War II or whatever, when
Mhm.
they had the one that was liquid cooled, the canister around it, and
right.
like you're around water, so like guys were having to pee in it,
Yeah.
and stuff to
Cool
keep
it
it
off.
cool. That's tough to do, stand up there and pin that when the enemy's shooting at you. I bet.
Yeah.
I might get a little stage fright, I would think.
Yeah. One of my friends got in trouble. The first time I went out there, and he had to come and do what we call extra duty, clean the offices because he went out there. We're doing a night fire, and you got trace. It's like every third round is a trace, so you'll know where you're shooting to, right? And the target's got camera lights because you got to practice noise discipline, and you could actually see he did it. You can see. You say, "What is that?" Look like a long cam light. It's a 60 barrel cooking. I mean, red hot. You can see in the dark. And the first time I saw it, yeah, he got in trouble. Yeah. I mean, yes. I think it'll glow at night. Yeah, man. Yeah.
So, Jose, what you got coming up, buddy?
Yes, sir. So Monday, God willing, we got J Delta 22NC. We have a video with the Tika T1X and call it Hush Can Day. We are testing the Nanakoi, and it's gonna be a good video. 7:30 Monday, and then on Tuesday, I got a video with the Blue Coconut, and I think we are shooting a UBR target with Center X. And Monday will be a premiere, but Tuesday will not be at the Smoking 22, and Thursday at the Smoking 22. We got another video with the Blue Coconut. We're shooting another UBR target with Tag 22. It's not going to be a premiere. They're going to air because next week we're going to have the little one. So, by the time they go to take a bath, about 7:30, Abuelo is done for the day. So if I do a premiere, you guys be trying to make comments, and I'll be going like, "Oh man, I missed all that. The video is over now. I fell asleep." So, but that's what we got coming up. Yeah. And stay tuned. I think also next week, or the week after next week, we are shooting an air gun, 45 cal. That was fun.
Oh,
man,
wow.
Those are rounds. They're 215 grains. Okay. 45 slugs. Yeah.
That's
50
awesome.
yards. Yeah. 53 yards. That was a lot of fun. So, yeah. Thank you for having me tonight. It's good to see you guys in the side chat.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here, and everybody go check out J Delta 22NC and the Smoking 22. And thank you, DJ, for throwing those links
Yes,
out
yeah,
there.
thank
And
you,
then
sir.
we also got some awesome people out in our side chat that's got YouTube channels too, like Pack right there. And so go check these people out also. Steve, what you got coming up, buddy?
We didn't make it to the range this week. The weather beat us down and kept us from going. But try to get out the first of the week and do some shooting. And something I mentioned, I'm not sure if there's anybody here in the side chat from Virginia or somebody that'll watch this video on the replay. But in my opinion, as soon as your local gun shops are willing to sell your silencers on the 4473, go ahead and get what you want, because as soon as the General Assembly comes back in, or the state legislature comes back in this fall, January, excuse me, they come back. I figure that we'll have some laws going through to block the silencers. We've got some bad people running all three.
If they don't do an early session, you know,
and that's entirely possible.
Just for that,
that's entirely possible.
But you know what's amazing? I know they say they put it on hold because they got slapped really bad, and the governor has. He came back, all those two things. I said, well, we're going to reconsider. I was reading. I kept up with your state. Yeah. So, but I mean.
Yeah, there's been some good judges that's come up with some opinions that's helped us with a lot of the garbage that they passed this past year.
Yeah. They told you can. Yep.
But like I say, I figure a fella ought to get what he can as quick as he can.
I would too.
They're going to try.
They're going to try. Oh, yeah.
Sure.
They're going to try.
And
they won't give up.
That's one thing that aggravates me so much. Like, just go check out history and stuff. You know, when America was getting its freedom from, you know, Britain and stuff. You know, states like Virginia and stuff, like, you know, they were the strongholds. Like, I mean, like, if it wasn't for, you know, these people living in these states, you know, we might still be under, you know, Europe ruling, you know, and stuff like that. And it wasn't like arguing and talking that got us the freedom. It was firearms, you know, black powder and firearms that got us that freedom. And for them to take it away, you know, or try to take it away, it's just, I mean, it's so disrespectful to, you know, our country. And, you know, these were people's, you know, great, you know, family, you know, that gave us that freedom. And, you know, to try to take it away is just so disrespectful for what America stands for, you know. And I hate that when
it's in the way of them getting power is what it really is, and keeping power.
It is, yeah, because if I show up to a fight and I got a stick, but you're the only one that has a firearm, who's going to win?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why our founding fathers gave us that Second Amendment, right? Because they could foresee what happens when, you know, the government gets involved. They're the only ones that have weapons, and you don't, you know.
Well, put this way, no foreign country has been successful trying to invade the United States because of firearms.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only reason we have our freedom. We're not been taken over. And yeah, I mean, just go back and look at your history books, you know.
Yep.
And you know, and so it's such an important deal on being, you know, having your freedom of religion, you know, everything. And everybody knows the first thing, you know, a takeover is they start getting rid of your firearms so you can't protect yourself. Mm-hmm. And I mean, everybody, if you don't know like your history or whatever, probably everybody's heard the term, the shot that was heard around the world. That was a civilian. That was, I want to say what? It was like less than 70. It might have been 20 or 30 or whatever. Civilians, Minutemen, with their muskets, trying to stop, what was it, 700 British troops coming to burn down the ammo depot. They were trying to take our guns from us. And you had like a very small amount of, just your like citizens stood up and they're like, live free or die, and that's, those terms come from this type of situation. And, it takes some gonads, to be in that situation. But, you have to think about it, man. That's the only reason we have our freedoms right now is our firearms. Without our firearms, there would be no freedom.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people don't know a lot about history either, but it is a fact that in 1933, and then it kept getting worse, Hitler started disarming the Jews. Why did he do that? Because he was going to round them up and kill them.
Right.
And he had to get the guns out of their hands. And by 38, they couldn't have anything.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. And that's really, I really hate to be on a political soapbox right now, but man, one of our great allies, and for the last, several hundred years, Great Britain, London, all that, you can't even carry a pocket knife that's over 3 inches long.
Yeah.
And look what all is happening there now. If literally, if this broadcast was over there right now, several could be thrown in jail for just making a comment or whatever that they didn't like on a social media post. And so anyway, I'll get off my soapbox here. Steve, did you have anything else? What you got? Did you finish what you got coming up and everything?
I did finish. I just want to thank you for having me on. I want to say good night to everybody in the side chat.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here, and check out Steve over living in Southwest Virginia. That is a free state still, and hopefully it will, get back to, what it was. And Hasbro, what you got coming up?
Well, I'm going to show this because I've been, I had a lot of stuff in life keep me from really getting after this, but we're going to get after this American 250 target here. This is the BB gun version of it. And this is one my granddaughter colored. Yeah, I know. Mike's been working on it. And so we have a BB gun version of it. And then we got a 22 long rifle version at 50 yards. So you'll start seeing a lot of videos on that because I said end of August. I don't know. What do you think, Jose? Maybe we should go end of September.
Probably, yeah.
Just because I haven't had enough time to really push it, but
right.
I just contacted a buddy who does my laser tumblers, so we're going to have some of those done. I'm going to do these, and so you all see this.
Oh.
This is not scaled up, right? This is a big knife, and then I've got that's gonna be in there. We're gonna have stuff like this, which is even cooler.
Oh, wow.
A machete in there, and that's going to have the logo on there and stuff like that. I'll probably put mine on one side and put that dancing coconut on the other. And I've got a bunch of other stuff, and I know Jose's throwing some stuff in there too. We're going to make it a fun contest.
Yep.
All those are illegal in England, buddy.
They probably are. Illegal in a lot of states. I'm going to have to watch where I ship them. But yeah, we'll have. We're going to have some cool prizes.
People from England are disqualified from this giveaway.
Yeah, we'll have some cool prizes, and it is an addictive target to shoot. So get out there and shoot that. And it just takes, it doesn't take the best score. it's like we've done in all the rest of them. If you get the best score, you'll get a few more raffle tickets. But if you just try, you can get 1 point and you're going to get a chance to win.
Yep.
So get out, look for that, and we'll be having some fun. And then we'll see something about that polishing a turd later on.
Yeah, I think on your last one you had somebody that like didn't shoot very good, but they like shot it, like did the video or whatever,
Yep.
and they won. I think there was a couple
Won
of
a
them probably.
2 or 3
Yeah,
things
so
because we had so many prizes. So, and that's
Yeah.
perfectly good to me. There's an incentive to do your best, but everybody gets a chance. So
yeah,
Right.
yeah, always fun when you do these. I mean, you just do such a great job and make them so fun, and I appreciate you doing that. And of course, I'll throw in something or whatever for that for you guys too. So, but
we're going to have to start
awesome.
talking about Halloween here for too long. I got some ideas for one in Halloween. So
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, guys and girls, go check out Hasbro. Thank you, DJ, for throwing out the link out there, buddy, and appreciate it. And man, I can't thank you guys enough for being here, the panel and the side chat. I look forward to it every week. I have a pile of stuff over here. I mean, and I'll be filming a video. I got stuff sent to me from it's stuff that I'd won from other channels and stuff like that. And then I also have products here that I got to get a review on. And my leg update on that, it is doing so much better. Thank the Lord. I'm actually putting quite a bit more weight on it, getting more exercise in on it because I can put more weight on it and building muscle back up. And just trying to do it very carefully because, like, through this whole process, I tried to push myself a little too early and ended up falling. And, my knees swell up, 2 or 3 times as big, and my ankle or whatever, and it really set me back. So I've, finally got a knee brace a while back. And I don't get up and stand unless I have my knee brace on there. And at a point now that it's like, building up muscle. The healing process is doing good, and so hopefully, real soon, I'll be able to get back outside and make some videos. And and I do apologize to everybody that watches my channel. Sorry, I've not been putting out a whole lot, because of that. And I could do better. I know there's videos now that I'm able to sit here in this chair for a length of time without being in a lot of pain. You might see some more just desktop videos like this. And so, but anyway, we'll get back with it. And we also got in a new sticker for the Hillbilly Names channel. And anyway, so we'd be sending anything out from the house here. We'll be throwing those in. And look at there, Mario. I seen you jump in earlier, buddy, and Buck was right in the middle of a long conversation, and I hated to interrupt him. But let's go ahead and give Mario a big hey. Somebody count us down.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, Mario!
The most uncomfortable salute in YouTube.
Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah.
Also known as the West Coast Weirdo and the Battle Bean. So on Facebook, he's called the Battle Bean. And so anyway, appreciate you being on here, buddy, as well as everybody else. And on the Hillbilly Names channel, we're still putting out a video once a week. I actually am probably going to start doubling those videos, and I'll probably start main course on hat on that one, buddy. Thank you. Well, thanks, buddy. I'll probably start putting out more videos too on American Hillbilly, my B channel. Have you all has probably seen videos and stuff? YouTube is going to update their policies to be monetized. It's still 1,000 subscribers, but they're doubling the watch hours from 4,000 in so many days to 8,000 in so many days. And anyway, that's going to be really tough to get 8,000 hours in that amount of time. I looked the other day and like I'm definitely not making those hours, which I haven't been putting out a whole lot of videos, but it'd be hard to hit that 8,000 watch hours in that.
That's if you're already not monetized, though, right? So it's a new channel.
Only if you're not monetized.
But even that, I don't know if you noticed, they have really cut back. You can see it in the stats. So you watch your analytics. It's like it's been going along in the last month. Everything has dived. It's really sad, but
yeah,
I'm still having fun.
I mean, the only thing I can see from this is just the company getting greedy, and anyway, we'll talk maybe about that next week.
Yeah,
probably a good idea.
But anyway, I know a lot of people's wanting to get to bed and everything, and so anyway, appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And we'll be seeing you next Saturday night right here, 9 Central, 10 Eastern on Guns, Beer, and Therapy. And we're going to leave y'all with this. Remember, God, family, and country. Make somebody's day better, will you? And if the good Lord's willing, the creeks don't rise, we'll be seeing you again. Everybody say